Got a used CD collection update, and I'm pretty stoked about this. But in the background, we're going to be listening to Pissing Razors. This is Cast Down the Plague, released in 1999. And Pissing Razors is as you could hear, a groove thrash metal band from Arizona. Seen these guys live, I believe, I don't know how long ago, but listen to this solo hole. Like I said, I mean, this music, I like all kinds of music. Love everything that has to do with metal. Groove metal is one of them. Big Pantera fan. Like later Exhorder. That's what this band kind of reminds me of. And those late 90s albums like this was freaking gems to me. And thought I'd share this in the video because there's a couple bands that go along with this in this stack. Not too many, maybe one or two. But anyway, I'll put a link in the description below. Check out this band if you like what you hear. If you're a Pantera fan or Down or later Corrosion of Conformity, that kind of stuff, that's what this reminds me of. Good stuff. So, this collection update is going to be awesome. For me anyway. It may not be for everybody, but there's some good stuff. There's some black metal, there's some thrash metal, there's some 90s rock, punk and doom. So my collection, of course, I've said it many times, I lost it probably about 13 years ago, and so I've been rebuilding it. And I went to a used record store and they had a great deal, buy two get one free. And I found a whole bunch of really cool freaking stuff that I've forgotten about, and some stuff that I've been looking for. So it was a great day at the CD store, and I'm just gonna get to it. Let's quit fucking around. I'm like 4 minutes in. But first thing, found this copy of Mayhem, De Mysterious Doms and Tennis, which I have the record reissue, but I found this Century Media pressing. I think it's the 1995 pressing. It's not the Death Like Silence, it's the Century Media, and I was so damn stoked. When you're going through and you see that, you're like, fuck. This is a favorite black metal of mine. It's in my top 10. And I could not believe, my mouth probably dropped when I saw that. You don't come across this too often out in the wild, and I sure the fuck did, and I was really goddamn stoked about it. So it sounds better than my vinyl. It does. I was listening to it, I was like, man, this is a lot better sounding than that vinyl version of it. So I can understand the first pressing craze now a little bit more. So, but anyway, this is fucking cool. This is fucking cool. So, found this, the 1995 pressing. Fucking cool. Ooh. Most people don't know, I like watching fighting. I used to fight a lot when I was a kid. This sounds like haymakers being thrown. Most people probably don't know, judging by the camera, you can't really tell, but I was a little bit of a scrapper back in the day. I'm 6'1", 230 pounds. You can't tell on the camera, but that is. And here in Missouri, especially going to Oklahoma, we like to fight, and this fucking music takes that back. I fucking love that fucking riff. Okay, so let's get on with this. Next one up, man, I forgot about this band. This is Fudge Tunnel, and the name of it is Creep Diets. So if you don't know who Fudge Tunnel is, you probably heard of him, or heard the guitarist at least, and vocalist. He's also in a side project with Max Cavalera of Sepultura and the Cavalera brothers in Nailbomb. So this was a cool find. This is an earache pressing, 1993, which is basically 93. I guess it's not really grungy. The band's from UK, so, but it was a really cool fucking find. I haven't heard this in decades. I actually forgot about it. And then when I seen it in the store, hey, that's blank. When I seen it in the store, I was like, oh fuck, you gotta be kidding me. I forgot all about this album. But what it kind of reminds me of is a little bit of the heavy stuff Nirvana does, a little bit. I don't know, it's in that vein. So Fudge Tunnel, Creep Diets. I was so goddamn stoked to see this motherfucker. It's been years, so fucking cool find. Another cool find, Napalm Death, Diatribes, released in 1995. And I haven't had a copy of this forever, and I totally forgot about this album. And it's cool. I think pretty much all these are first pressings except for a couple. But this album was always different from everything else, it seemed like, in Napalm Death's catalog. It has a little bit of a groove sound to it, and just really catchy tracks. And I don't know, it just takes me back to the mid-90s every time I hear it. That Fudge Tunnel, it's fucking sick as fuck to find this kind of stuff out in the fucking wild. Fuck yeah. So yeah, this is a I don't know what label that is, but it was so fucking cool to find this motherfucker. And it's a damn good fucking album. Greed Killing, the opening track is awesome. I think my favorite track is that second track, Glimpse into Afterlife. It's in green. Genocide, Glimpse into Genocide. That's a fucking killer track. But every track on this is a badass motherfucker. I love the artwork too. I'm kind of going back and forth. I separated these a little bit. So back in 1997, used to play the shit out of this album right here. This is Days of the New, the Yellow album, which is an acoustic metal album, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. Kind of reminds me of Alice in Chains. Now, remember when Alice in Chains put out the MTV Unplugged album? It seemed like there's a craze for Unplugged, but I think actually the band that started the Unplugged craze was Tesla with the 5-man acoustical jam. And then all of a sudden all these bands start coming out with these acoustic stuff, but this was actually an acoustic studio album. And man, Shelf in the Room is a killer freaking track. My favorite one was Freak. I love that song. There's also Solitude is good, but Facing the Sky is fucking awesome. I know there's Touch Peel and Stand is a good one too, but yeah, 1997, freaking Stone Cold classic. Totally forgot all about it, and seeing that artwork, I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot about Days of the New. This is an underrated gem from the 90s. Underrated gem. I like the second album as well, but I think this one was my favorite for several years. Just played the shit out of this motherfucker. Love the 90s sound. So, Days of the New. That was a cool fucking find. And then this is cool as fuck. MOD, and this is the Steamhammer double album edition, which is really cool. MOD is a crossover thrash band. Everybody knows this shit. It has both albums, the USA from MOD, and it has Gross Misconduct. But I was so stoked, and this Steamhammer edition has both CD covers, or album covers. And I thought that was neat that they included. I'll show them both. And then I'll show you the original. I kind of took the other one out because I like the artwork better. But this regular artwork, this shows its metal blade, which cracks me up. That's what the CD looks like in the store. MOD is kind of cracks me up. I mean, they're kind of like SOD. And then that artwork was fucking sick, but it had both CD covers. I like how they did that. I think this is at 89. This version was released in 1989, and I just thought that was pretty fucking sick. I haven't had this album for decades. I can say that. It's been a while since I owned this one, but favorite tracks on this always when I was a kid was Bubble Butt. Cracked me the fuck up. Gross Misconduct. Actually, that album is a little bit more substance to it, but No Hope is awesome off that album. There's just really great freaking funny ass fucking tracks, but love it. That was fucking cool to find. And a Steamhammer edition, no less. Let me hang this call up. And then I found this. So 1999, Zakk Wylde released this Black Label Society, which is Sonic Brew, which is weird because I think I had Pride and Glory before this came out, and he never sticks to one name. It's kind of like does what Devin Townsend does and change his name. But I always liked this album. It's very freaking raw, very brutal sounding to the ears, and just has some really good tracks on it. My favorite tracks is Hey You, Batch of Lies. I love that fucking doomy ass riff. Beneath the Tree, I love that freaking track. And I love the No More Tears cover on this as well. But this was a cool find. I forgot all about this album, to be honest with you. I haven't listened to Black Label Society in years. I think I have a couple CDs that's missing the artwork and all that crap, but this is a good one. Kind of goes along with Pissing Razors a little bit. Kind of a groovy metal band. And I want to say the version I had back when I bought it, had a pint of whiskey on the cover, if I remember right. So maybe it was a slipcase that went over this. I can't remember. Maybe this is missing the slipcase, but this is a great find. Great album, really. Don't see anybody talk about this one, but fucking awesome. And then I found another Steamhammer pressing of Destruction. This is the Doppel CD Best Of, which is a double disc CD with all their greatest hits, I guess. It's basically what it is. It has all these albums on it. And you rarely see anything from Steamhammer in fucking Missouri, of all places. But this is killer. I've been really listening to the crap out of this. Added more to my Destruction collection. I believe I have 13 albums. So, and this is a great way just to listen to pretty much the first 5. Not much to this, but just love that fucking logo. And you don't see this kind of stuff around Joplin that much, but found it here right in fucking Joplin. Love this. Special price. And this sounds so fantastic. I love it. Cannot believe I found that. And then another one, a forgotten gem. Found Flotsam and Jetsam's Drift album, which goes along with more of the 90s rock. It's not really a thrash metal album. I think it's more closely power metal, maybe experimental a little bit in times. But this is freaking a fantastic, underrated Flotsam and Jetsam album. I wish I had the album before this one called Quattro. Quattro has a song called Wading Through the Darkness. I love that one. I need to find that again, but I was so freaking stoked when I saw that. I immediately recognized it. And it's a first pressing. It's a freaking first pressing. And it's a radio. It's at the radio station apparently. But it's another forgotten gem from the 90s. Never see anybody, unless they're doing a Flotsam and Jetsam ranking, you don't see anybody talk about this album. But this is just a really good one. Really, really good one. So I was really stoked to find this. So my Flotsam and Jetsam collection, I think I'm missing 4 albums. I need to get Quattro because I love that fucking album. I love it. And then I found this. Another 90s gem. Pentagram's Relentless. Some doom metal. It really sounds like Black Sabbath, if you ask me. It really sounds like Black Sabbath. But I was really freaking stoked. Back in '93 when this was released, I remember I had it and played it continually for probably about a week or 2, and it's one I always went to. It's my favorite Pentagram album. It's actually the very first Pentagram album I heard, and then I went back and listened to the first ones before this one. But I was so goddamn stoked to find this in Joplin. I just didn't think anybody in Joplin listened to this stuff. And who knows, somebody might have come across somebody's collection and just sold it. But I mean, that store was filled with gems, and it was hard for me to pick which ones because I was on a budget that I wanted. And but I think I picked the cream of the crop of the albums, and I may go back today and see if there's any more left of that. I love when somebody just drops their collection. It's always fun to find stuff like this, and especially stuff that you haven't had in a long time in your collection, and revisit it, and it just takes you instantly back to those days. Another one, found this in the same stash, Bad Brains. The hardcore punk scene, man, I love it. And I made a video of my favorite hardcore punk albums, and everybody mentioned Bad Brains, but I didn't have a fucking copy of it, so I couldn't naturally show it. And now I got a copy. Now I wish I could redo that video, but this is fucking excellent. It's a mix of punk, hardcore punk, and reggae, especially the last couple of tracks. But Selling On, man, that just takes me back to canoe trips every time we played this kind of stuff. Don't Need It, Attitude, The Regulator, Band in DC, just a classic album. I think this is what year? Let's see what kind of pressing this is. I never did even look at it. It's a 1996 reissue. So that's pretty cool. On Roar Records, it looks like. But yeah, this is a fucking masterpiece. Always like that artwork. Comes with this little order form. Just to find this out in the freaking wild is so fucking killer. You don't see this, like I said, you don't see stuff like this that much around here. Fucking cool. And then the very last one I'm going to show is one that, man, totally forgot about this band. And I heard this band first on MTV's Beavis and Butthead. They did a deal, and I think Beavis was actually singing the lyrics to Welcome to the Jungle or Paradise City. I think maybe it was Paradise City. He was singing the lyrics to one of the tracks on this. But this is one of those 90s rock bands, kind of an indies rock. I think maybe Fudge Tunnel was too, but absolute fucking stone cold classic. If I didn't say it, it's called Nudeswirl. It's their debut album released in 1993. And if you like kind of a, man, it's hard to describe this. Man, definitely sounds like Fudge Tunnel, but if you don't know what Fudge Tunnel sounds like, you won't know what this sounds like. Fuck, I can't place it. It just has its own unique sound. I love the bass playing in this, the vocals, everything about this album is really good. But if you're into that 90s rock scene, I hate to place it with grunge, but I mean that's where it sits. So sits there, and I'll just move on from there. Nudeswirl, this is fucking killer. And then the last one I'm gonna show you is this David Grohl's metal album, Probot, which is really cool because it has some really legendary vocalists on it, like Cronus from Venom, Tom G. Warrior from Celtic Frost, and King Diamond's on this, I believe. That's why I bought this album in the first place. It's a pretty good heavy metal album. Lee Dorian's on this too. The track really is doomy. It almost sounds like something that Cathedral would do, but yeah, this is cool to find out in the wild. I have not listened to this in years. I'll show you the people that's in it. Lemmy from Motorhead. Wino's in it. I forgot he was in this. Tom G. Warrior. I mean, this is a cool little collection of songs. Max Cavalera's in this as well. King Diamond. I don't know, you don't see many people talk about this. And of course, David Grohl, which did all the instruments and drumming in it. And it's a very good kind of 90s sounding metal album. But Probot, cool. And I believe Snake from Voivod, he's actually on this as well. I love his track on this, but that's his artwork, I believe. But anyway, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's kind of a mixed bag, has a little bit of everything in it. Stuff that just fucking rules. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Have a great weekend. I hope you all here in America had a great 4th. Might be our last, the way things are going. Fucking idiots. There's a bunch of idiots on. I usually don't go on political rants, but there's a bunch of fucking idiots on both sides. Not just one. Quit pointing fucking fingers. Everybody in the middle here watching you guys fucking fight. Fucking pathetic. Wake the fuck up.